As summer winds down and the new school year approaches, many parents are focused on getting their kids ready to head back to the classroom. From establishing routines to ensuring their health and wellness, there's a lot to consider. Dr. Troy Yee from Swedish Pediatrics Meadow Creek Clinic in Issaquah joins me right now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so it's almost back to school time like we talked about. What should parents be doing right now to get their kiddos ready?
Yeah, something that's important would be to check in with your pediatrician before school starts or in the beginning of the school year. It can help establish a good relationship with your pediatrician. You can go through any concerns that you have. Another thing is talking about vaccinations. So kids do need booster shots at 11 years and at 16 years. At 11 years, we do the tetanus and the meningococcal vaccines.
Wow.
Yeah, and in Washington, we've been having some outbreaks of vaccine-preventable diseases like measles and pertussis or whooping cough. So those are really important discussions to have with your pediatrician. If you're having any concerns, it's good to talk about those and hopefully get those to protect your community.
Absolutely. And many kids are, I'm hearing and reading this a lot, that they're experiencing stress and anxiety sometimes going back to school. What are some tips for parents that you have on how to maybe navigate through some of these feelings?
Yeah, anxiety is very natural. It's a natural response when you have a change in your environment or your setting, especially for children. So for younger kids like toddlers or preschoolers, when you have that change, it's important that as parents, we can help get them prepared for that routine. So talking about what to expect, even visiting the school can be helpful.
That's such a good tip,
Yeah, for older kids like elementary school kids, having play dates before school. So meeting with the students that they're going to be, fellow students that they're going to be hanging out with at school can be really helpful. Coming up with a buddy system to take the bus or even hang out at school can be really good for them too.
I remember having like a little buddy going, like an older student in my school, like kind of taking me to my class, and it was so fun because you felt like you already had like a built-in bestie. So those are all good tips.
Yeah.
What about screen time? I feel like a lot of my friends that are parents, this is like a hot topic a lot of times. What is the rule of thumb? What do you think is too much screen time and TV for kiddos?
Screen time is really hard, as
Yes.
you know, even for
we're
adults.
all watching it too, so.
Exactly. So it's really addicting. It's really easy to fall into the habits of looking at your screen throughout the day in between all your breaks. So for kids, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends limiting screen times to 2 hours a day. That's excluding homework time after 5 years of age. So I do recommend that. For younger kids like elementary school and preschool, it's good to watch educational content together, and parents can walk kids through the emotions that they're feeling, what they're watching on TV, and make it a learning environment. For older kids, it's important that they do try to stick to that 2-hour screen time limit, although it is really hard, especially with social media.
I know. Oh my gosh. And even thinking about when you should give a kid a phone, like what age, I feel like there's just so much now to think about. And what about sleep? Sleep, everyone needs sleep. Sleep is so important. So how do we get kids back on a sleep schedule before they're going back to school and having to wake up at a certain time?
Yeah, it's very natural and normal for a lot of kids to be sleeping later in the day during the summer. And that's because a lot of the routine is kind of shifting back into the later hours in the day. So one thing I recommend is calculating how much sleep your child needs. So around 9 to 12 hours, depending on the age. And that can be a quick Google search. And then kind of backtracking. What time do they have to wake up? And then seeing what time should they be waking up to get that healthy amount of sleep. And one thing that has helped a lot of parents is a week or two before school, kind of getting them to wake up at that normal time can help with that transition. Yeah.
Definitely. A little practice there. Is there anything else that you feel like parents should be bringing up in their child wellness checkup? I mean, you touched on this earlier, but anything else that you feel like they should know going in?
Yeah, there are a lot of things we cover in the wellness checkups. So growth is really important. A lot of kids, we want to be seeing that they're growing in their weight and their height in a natural and expected way. And if there are concerns there, we talk about things like physical activity or nutrition to help optimize them. Also, development is really important. So are they school ready if they're going to elementary school? Do they have the basic building blocks and the habits at home to help them succeed in school? Also, otherwise, we cover dental health, we cover nutrition, cover physical activity. One thing we recommend is for school-age kids that they get an hour of vigorous physical activity most days of the week outside of school. So that is important.
That is. Such amazing tips. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Troy. This was very insightful.
Thank you.
And to find a pediatrician or schedule an appointment, you can go to the website right there on your screen, swedish.org/pediatrics.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Providence Swedish.